So we want to change the scientific notation to what? Standard form, right? Now, looking at the exponent tells you how many times to move the what? Decimal points. You see a positive exponent on 10, you move it to the what? Right. You see a negative exponent on 10, you move it to the left. Now, this is what I do. I'm gonna write the 7 first. This is 7. Right now, do you see any decimal points on 7? No. So when you don't see it, think of money. Where is the decimal point on the money? On the right side of it. So picture the decimal point right here. And the exponent is what? 1. So it tells me to move the decimal point one place to the right. And this is the new location of your decimal point. And anytime you have an empty space, you put a what? A 0 there. So in this, so your answer is what? 70. Let's go to the next one. The next one is 7.5. I move the decimal point how many places? 2. To the right or to the left? Right. 1.
And then in the empty ones, you put a 0?
You're going to see 1, 2. So this is the new location. And I have just one empty space, right? So now this is 750. Do I really need this decimal point at the end? No, you don't have to. Now, let's go to the next one. 7.257. I'm going to be moving the decimal point how many places? 5. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New location, right? Empty space. How many empty space?
2.
So now this is 725,700. Do I really need that decimal point at the end? No. Let's go to the next one. 5.7. How many times do I need to move the decimal point? 0. It means stay. And that's your answer. You don't have to move it. Look at this one. 7. Do I have to move that decimal point?
No.
So it's just gonna stay as what? 7. Okay.
Wait, if we put it in this question, if we were to put that in the answer, would you have to put 7.0 or
No, just 7. I think Mariah mistakenly left the decimal point at the end and it still takes it. All right. So this is 6, right? Do I need to move the decimal point? No, it's just 6. All right. Now, let's go to the next one.
Oh, lovely.
Now, the next one here. Do we move the decimal points to the left or we move the decimal point to the right? Why left?
Because the negative.
So this is 7, right? Yeah. I'm going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2. This is the new location. And anytime you have an empty space, you put what? 0. So technically, this is 0.07. But you don't just put 0.07. You have to put 0.07. Got it? Let's look at the next one. The next one is 6.5. How many times do we move the decimal point? To the left side or right side?
Left side.
1, 2, 3, 4. This is the new location, right? Empty space. How many empty space?
3, so you put 3 zeros.
So point 1, 2, 3, 6, 5. And 0 in the front. The next one. 5.01. How many places? To the left side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the new location. How many empty space? Let's count it. space, right? So it's 0.000501. Make it look pretty. Zero in the front. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Any question how to change scientific notation to standard form? Yes, ma'am.
Can you do standard forms for scientific notation?
That's this. Standard form.
Oh,
Oh, that's what we're
that.
doing next. You mean standard form? That's what we're doing next. Yes. Standard form scientific notation.
Yeah, that.
Now, but we have to understand first, we need to understand what a scientific notation will always look like. You know, it's going to be a number times 10 raised to a power. I'm going to give you the cheat code. You see, the first number has to be between 1 and 10. It has to be what? Between what? 1 and 10. 1 included,
So
but
it's gonna be 4.5.
no, we don't. No, I just want to explain what scientific notation looks like first. You see, the first number right here is going to be from 1 all the way to what? 10. 10 is excluded. I'm writing that in interval notation. So it has to be numbers, it must be what? Greater than or equal to 1 and at the same time less than 10. The first number has to be what? Greater than or equals to what? 1 but less than what? 10. And the exponent on the 10 is going to be a positive number or what? A negative what? Number. I'm going to explain that. So there's a cheat code here. Now, and when I say between 1 and 10, picture your number line. 1, picture this as 1, picture this as what? 10. The first number has to be between what? 1 and 10. So this one is closed, and this one is what? Open. Remember when we're doing the interval notation, the first number has to be between what? 1 and 10. So whatever number you want to do, put right there, got to be between what? 1 and what? 10. I'm going to be coming back to this. Now, the first one, what do I do? This is the first thing you always do. This is what I do. I put times 10, times 10, times 10, times 10, times 10, times 10. Now, check me out. Listen up, listen up. The first row you see is 45,000, 2,500,000. Anytime you see that, that tells me the exponent of my 10 is going to be what? Positive. All right. The second row, anytime you see 0 point something, 0 point anything, the cheat code means the exponent is going to be what? Negative. Did you see what I just did? Mariah, do you see the cheat code?
Yeah.
I'm just asking. That's the cheat code. The first row will be what? A positive what? Exponent. The second row will be what? A negative what? Exponent. Why is it a negative exponent? Because the standard number is what? 0 point something. Question with this. Now, all you need to do now, look at this. 45000. For this number to be between 1 and 10, but less than 10, where do I need to put the decimal point? Is it after 5 or between 4 and 5? Between 4 and what? 5. So now this is between 1 and what? 10. See, 4.5. Now you ask yourself this question: how many times do we move the decimal point? Remember, the question is this, right? So now let's move it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that tells me my exponent is 4. So 4.5 times 10 to the power of what? 4. Look at this one. 250000. Now, Mariah, where do I put the decimal point? Right after the 2. So between 2 and 5, right? So it's 2.5. Now, let's count how many times we moved it. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is just what? 7. It's 7 already between 1 and
it's
10.
zero.
It's 0, yes. I don't have to move the decimal point. And this is how we write standard form to what? Scientific notation. Now, let's look at the second row. It's 0.123447. To make this to be between 1 and 10, where do I need to reposition the decimal point? Before 7 or after 7?
Before 7.
Before 7. So if I put the decimal point before 7, it's 0.7. Is it between 1 and 10?
Is it 7 right after?
Right after 7. Yes, thank you. It has to be right after 7. Right there. So now the 7. Now let's count how many times we move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5. Where do I put the decimal point? After 5 or between 2 and 5? Between 2 and 5. Because remember, it has to be between 1 and 10, right? Now, let's count how many times. So let me write it. 2.5. Let's count how many times we move it. 1, 2, 3. Negative 3. Let's go to the last one. Where do I move the decimal point?
Right after the 5?
Right up, because right now it's not between 1 and 10. So I have to move it right after what? 5. And let's count. So it's 5, right? How many times did you move it?
1.
Negative 1. Got it? Got it? Let me give you just one more thing.